You okay?
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Fuck. Fuck. What the fuck, man? Do you see that? It's right there. Jared.
See what?
It's a bug.
I don't see.
How do you not see that? Look at it. Look at it.
Where?
It's right there.
It's a really small bug.
That's a freaking. Look at it.
All I see is finger, man.
Fuck. Fuck. You don't feel that?
No. What are you? Are you good?
Yeah. No. I mean, I was fine. How do you not feel that?
I don't.
Fuck. How do you fucking not feel that, bro?
Fuck. What are you talking about?
Dude, they're fucking all over the fucking.
Are you serious?
Fucking
Are
shit.
you serious?
Oh fuck!
Oh my god! Come.
Fuck, do you not feel that shit, dude? It's fucking everywhere, man. Motherfucker.
You need to relax, dude.
I need you to cut it out now. I really need you to cut it out.
Dude,
Look at it. Look at it. I need you to cut it out. Just cut it out. Please cut it out. Fucking cut it out. They're everywhere. Jared, I've always wanted to tell you something. Your opinions fucking suck.
Huh?
Hey, my name is Iconoclast and I'm here with
Jared Soto.
and we are a Horrifying Endeavour, a movie review podcast where we review horror movies.
You're right.
From the horror fanatic over here and the horror hater. I don't know what you would call me.
There you go.
There you go. That's perfect. Yeah. So today we're reviewing Bug. Can you tell us a little bit about Bug?
Yes,
Jared?
it was made in 2006, and it was made by William Friedkin. What's so special about Friedkin, Memo?
I was not expecting that question.
Yeah.
He directed, so I'm going to say we directed first. He directed The French Connection, Killer Joe, and The Exorcist. Those are his big three movies.
Killer Joe was with Matthew McConaughey, repping Austin, Texas over here.
Yes, and then French Connection was a cop movie, basically, but one of the best car chase scenes you'll ever see.
It's really intense.
Also, Killer Joe was a freaking nightmare of a movie in the best way possible.
Yeah, it was really good. Check
and
it
The
out,
Exorcist speaks for itself. Everybody knows about The Exorcist, and we have our own opinions that we won't get into about The Exorcist. But William Friedkin, there's something about, he is a director heavyweight, as I would say. For me, he's up there with like Scorsese, even though he hasn't made as much, I would say, popular movies as maybe Scorsese has. He is still in the forefront of filmmakers currently working. He knows how to make a good movie, but for the most important part to me, he knows how to tell a great story.
Yep.
And that's my biggest thing with him is I've never seen a Friedkin movie that does not have interesting characters.
Yeah.
He understands the importance of characters. So, with that being said, Bug is my choice of horror movie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm screaming right now, so I gotta stop.
You screaming?
Yes, I am screaming.
Man.
All right, Jared. So I am really curious to know. Okay, so Bug, and it stars
Michael Shannon and Ashley Judd.
Yeah, and basically what it's about this. I guess you would say a lonely female who lives in like a really small town.
In a motel.
In a motel, yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy kind of just like comes into her life by another friend, this random guy.
Yeah.
And they fall in love. And it's a beautiful, happy endeavor.
Beautiful and in a very disturbing, unstable way.
So what'd you think, Jared?
The most part, I thought it was very interesting. I like what you said about the development of his stories. So first off, I'm just going to say that this movie, I don't know if a lot of people will enjoy this movie, mostly because it's driven by dialogue, and you really have to kind of look into you have to look deep into it kind of at some points to kind of grasp at what's going on. I know I did at first because I didn't really know where it was going to go. And that's another thing I enjoyed about it. I was kind of waiting for the next scene to come up because it kind of progressed. And just what it goes through, man, I was not expecting, for that ending. And just in general, it was just a very trippy movie.
Yeah. So it's based on a play.
Mm-hmm.
It's adapted from a play, and you could tell.
Yeah.
You can always tell when a movie's adapted from a play. This and like Fences and things along those lines. So the character stuff is really built in there. What I fucking love this movie, man. Like,
I really enjoyed
my
it.
Cup of tea.
Yeah.
The characters are exceptional.
Man.
And so I've always had this theory. So people are scared of like supernatural things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't personally get scared by supernatural things because I don't personally.
I think they're.
Ghost,
I mean, I enjoy supernatural things, but
I
think it's just so overdone now, and they're so cheap nowadays. But with this film, it's so, like I said, it's character driven, and
See,
like
my biggest thing is it's like the horror. See, that's my thing. This is my thing with fantasy. Life is so damn complex that fantasy doesn't interest me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds a little pretentious, but it's the truth for what I feel about movies and anything really any art that I actually like intake. So this movie shows the horror of somebody having a psychological breakdown.
it's more of like a horror of the mind. It's like a psychological. I don't really. Do you think it's a horror?
It is a horror movie.
Okay.
It has
Elements.
It's showing you the horror of real life. Like it's showing you what could happen when you have this guy who's having, and granted, this is a little spoilery, so be warned about the specific part,
Little spoilers.
Yeah, he's having like kind of like a psychotic breakdown.
It's kind of like it's a mix of like PTSD. Well, he already has.
Yeah, but he's going you can always tell he's a little different.
Yeah, something off.
But see,
about him.
somebody could be like, okay, that's a good, like you're a little different, But as the movie starts to progress, it shows you what, first of all, substance abuse has on people.
Yes.
It shows you what loneliness does to people, what having an abusive relationship,
loss,
what having just a genetic and just a biological imbalance in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
It shows all of this among these characters in this horrifying, beautiful way.
And there's so many, like he was just naming all the themes that are listed in this movie, but they do it so well. Like the drug abuse, the dealing with grief and just abuse in general, man. Like it's just, he does it so well.
And how grief sticks with you.
Yeah.
So one of the backstory for the Ashley Judd's character is that she lost her son. And this is in the first part of the movie. It's not like a big surprise. And they really, really built on that.
Yeah.
And they use that as a vehicle to show you why she does. So this is my issue. So with horror movies in general, it's always, people just do things. And it's always doing stuff for the plot.
Yeah.
It never makes sense.
Yeah, it never makes sense. I was about
characters are never actively thinking about anything. Even if somebody's dumb, they have motivations and they think about stuff. That's my issue. This movie, you can just tell it's a horror movie made by somebody that actually understands what makes a good movie. Mm-hmm. So I do agree with you that some people will not enjoy this movie.
It's not for everybody.
It's like a play a little bit. It's a lot of dialogue. But there's a lot of things happening though. Yeah. So he thinks he has bugs growing inside of him that were implanted by the government, right? And like there's moments where he'll be like looking for stuff, or there's moments where he'll cut something out, and these are like these really tense moments where you're like, and you see Ashley Judd's reaction to all this, where she's constantly like she doesn't know if she wants to believe it.
Yeah,
or not.
she's like conflicted in most of the times. Usually until the end of the movie. Even at the end of the movie, she's going back to reality, but at the same time, she's being brought in constantly again because of his.
She's
his
lonely.
influence.
Yeah, she's lonely, and it shows you. So it builds her up as a character, and some people may not like this, but it builds her up as a character who's prone to abusive relationships, and it shows you that with the ex-boyfriend that comes back and is able just to just tornado his way into the apartment. So it sets her up as like this person who's, first of all, susceptible to substance abuse and abusive relationships. And that really sets her up for this guy that basically just comes in and takes her on this like whirlwind of going into insanity. Yeah. And it ends with an ending that is that is in a fiery glory. That's the least I'll say.
Man, that ending is something.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something a little different than your regular horror movie, if you're just looking for a good movie, if you like movies with deep themes, like movies with like really intricate and important themes, then this would probably be the movie for you.
Yes, definitely. I mean, a lot of people were saying before I even checked out this movie, they were saying it was disturbing. I can see where it can be.
Well, it's like, okay, so I just bought Hereditary, right? And Hereditary, it's disturbing visually as well. We didn't review Hereditary because it came out a while ago, but it's more disturbing in its themes and its ideas. Yeah. So Hereditary is another movie that deals with grief, just like this movie. And when people say disturbing, it's more disturbing specifically if you've gone through some of this. Yeah. It's disturbing because it brings you back to that. So I don't know what you've gone through. I don't want to get personal on this podcast per se, but at least personally, there were some themes that I can relate to, and it just made me take a step back and be like, whoa, okay, that's where life could have gone if I didn't have my stuff together, kind of a thing. So there's moments like that, or it still could go that way. Who knows?
I mean, it just, like I said, it really depends on the person and what, your experiences. Yeah. And how you're going to really deal with the movie itself. Yeah.
And we want to keep these podcasts short, so we're going to cut it off there. Yeah. So what would you give it on a letters grade?
I'm going to go ahead and give it a B, man. I really enjoyed the film. I really enjoyed it. Everything about it was pretty well, done. Man, I cannot get enough of that. Acting really was...
I know, we didn't even talk about that. Michael Shannon was great.
Both of them. Ashley Judd, that monologue that she had. Oh my God. But really, like, it was probably the best acting I've seen, like, in a horror in a minute. I'll be honest. Like, they both did a great job. That's what really stuck out for me. Just the story itself was really great. It's definitely worth a look if you're interested in, story.
Yeah, Michael Shannon. I freaking love Michael Shannon. Ashley Judd was fantastic. They were both fantastic.
They really worked well off each other.
Even supporting characters were good. I was a little surprised by that.
Her best friend in the film, in the movie, I thought she was beautiful. I don't know about you, but I mean, she was really good too. Sorry, I wanted to put that in there.
Yeah. So if you're watching, hit them up at, what's your Twitter handle?
Are we gonna
Jared
promote these
Soto
things
or
now?
Something? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you rate it, Memo?
I rate it an A-.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're both up there.
I love the movie, but it's not perfect.
Yeah. No, definitely has its flaws.
It has a pacing issue in the beginning. I know it's not a movie for everybody. That's going to be an issue for some people.
It's a slow burn in the beginning, at least.
Yeah, so it takes you a little second to like get into it. You always know it's from a play. Yes. That never goes away. You're watching this, and you're watching an adaptation from a play. That kind of took me out of it a little in little spots. Yeah. But mostly it's pacing, and that just has to do with the slow burn aspect of it, and that's just because you're slowly being pulled into this insanity that they're going through.
It's a downward spiral.
So that's for that reason I give it an A-. Yeah. But I freaking love this movie.
Okay, so before we go, what did you really like? Like, what really...
Oh, well, that's easy. Character development.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
That's totally what I enjoyed. I mean, the story by itself is great, but these are characters that are extremely thought out.
Just the way the characters develop, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's another
literally
thing. And you brought up the whole... it's like it never tells you where it's going. You never know where it's going, and I appreciated that so much. Yeah. Even me, because I didn't know much about the play, so I just kind of was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for this ride with Friedkin and the playwright or the screen.
And I thought it turned out really well.
Yeah. So it starts off, and I'm like, what is this guy's deal, and what are both of these people's deal? And this is another big thing. It doesn't baby you. So it gives you hints, but it doesn't specifically
not straight up answer.
Baby you.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It's great.
I did wish they played a little bit more with is it all real kind of thing, because they don't.
It's like reality versus
But they do kind of give you an answer at the end for that. But I wish they kind of left that a little ambiguous. Yeah. But then probably if it was ambiguous, I'd probably complain about it not being too ambiguous. So you can't win them all, Friedkin.
Yeah. No, but I mean, other than that, he did an exceptional job, I would say.
Yeah, it's William Friedkin.
Yeah, man. Okay, so
all right, so make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel. Also, talk to us if you really have any, if you want us to watch anything.
Movie recommendations, that's always great.
We watched Mandy, so we'll review that next. And also, there's another movie. What's that movie called?
Which one?
The one with the clown?
Oh, Terrifier.
Terrifier, yeah.
It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, we might. Oh, that's another thing. Bug is available to rent on Amazon Prime and pretty much any other redeemed place you can
Yeah.
find, besides like Redbox and stuff. It's a little older. But yeah, we might see Terrifier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I've
seen it.
I've seen it, but I'll see it again because it's for I guess educational purposes.
Educational.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So yeah, we might see that, but go ahead and comment, talk to us, man. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, follow our SoundCloud.
Hell yeah!
Hey, just
We sound like rappers now.
Yeah.
Promoting our mixtapes.
we might drop a mixtape soon too. Called
Who knows?
Iconoclast Producers. I don't know. But yeah. All right. So we've been a Horrifying Endeavour. My name is Guillermo Calvillo,
And I'm Jared Soto.
and thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
Habu, 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 habu. Habu, habu, habu.
Okay.
All right.